Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It's November 13th. We got 8 minutes before the market opens. And you know what's hot today? Everybody and their mother is talking about electric cars. Plug, WKHS, NETE, SUNW, CBAT. It's a lot to talk about and get into. Let's make this money, guys. Let's end the week strong. Hopefully you guys all had a great week. So what I'm watching up on my list, let me get you guys my top view here. These are all the charts that I have up and I'm watching this morning so far. I'm watching APVO, of course. Yesterday, it had a nice little retracement all day. Looking for any sort of momentum on it. APVO has been very, very good to me. Next up, again, watching CBAT. I'm looking for CBAT to hold up and above $5.475. Watching REV. REV has been popping up and spiking the past 3 days. You can see it all right here. Right here had an explosion from 6 up to 14, then just faded off. Another explosion from 8, around that $8, all the way back up to 14. Yesterday had a little spike. It couldn't really get up and over 12 bucks, but REV, Revlon, loves to spike really fast, so I'm going to be watching that for any sort of momentum. Watching Plug. Plug's looking like it's setting up pretty good. Needs to hold up above this $24. It may retrace down to the previous day's close at $23.50. We'll keep an eye on that. And NETE, we'll see what happens with this one. The past few times NETE has popped up and gapped up. The rest of the day it just faded off, but NETE does have a history of running really big, so we'll keep that on watch. I'm also watching Solo to see if anything will happen with this. Will it continue? From yesterday, from $4 all the way up to $5 at the end of the day. We'll see what happens with that. WKHS, Workhorse. What's awesome about Workhorse is it's a larger float stock, so you have to think of it as a freight train. Look at all this accumulation right at $19. All right here. And after that accumulation's done, yesterday it took off from 19 all the way up to 2050. So today we're getting a nice gap up on it. It needs to hold up and above that 2050. We're going to be watching that area today. And then Sava with the big gap down this morning from 11.25 all the way down to a low at 8.25. I'm just keeping an eye on this one. I may not trade it, but we'll see if we'll get any type of dead cat bounce on it or if it will just continue to sell off. And then SUNW, to see what happens with this. It kind of needs to get up and above that VWAP and up near 350 again for me to even attempt to trade it. So we'll see what happens. But besides that, this is all that I currently have on watch this morning. And then we'll see what pops up on the gap scanners, or the momentum scanners, I'm sorry. CBAT, and like I said, I really like Plug also. I want to keep a close eye on Plug. Plugs has just a massive float on it. 397 million float on Plug. So when you have these stocks with a massive float like that, you gotta think of them as big, huge freight trains. Once they get going in a direction, it's hard to stop it. It's just like a freight train. It's gonna keep chugging along. But let's see. Someone mentioned GTEC. Let's see what happens with GTEC. I'm not really too excited about it. It could pop up, but look at the daily chart. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight green candles. So momentum's drying up on it. And then this right here is trade ideas. I also have more scanners on the right here. Let me see if I can show you guys. We got 2 minutes before the market opens. See, I got more scanners all over here. I got a VWAP strategy scanner, a VWAP and Fibonacci scanner, a multi-strategy window, my top percentage gainers, my top percentage losers, my beast mode scanner, and then my like little scorecard right there that tells me all the information that I need real quickly for a stock. So like the flow, the average true range, the volume, stock twits relative, stuff like that. All right, we got 5 seconds and the market opens. Here we go. I'm just hanging out. I want to see what has strength and proves to me that it wants to move. I'm not really chasing after stuff. We got CBAT trying. Needs to hold up above that $5. Plug is pulling back. It's got a ways to pull back to 23.50. CBAT and HOFV is popping off right now. CBAT holding up above that $5. Let me bring up CBAT on my Thinkorswim here. Watch the tape on it. We also got NAVB popping off as well. Solo popping off too from 5 testing $6 right now. Solo, SOLO. I try to have multiple charts up and going so that way I can just glance and I can visually see if there's any great setups that I can quickly take advantage of. Solo's really pushing up, testing that $6. It may blow right through it. I want to keep an eye on CBAT, see what this does. Get this pullback here and potentially push up to that VWAP. Break through that VWAP. $7 million in volume on CBAT. I'm liking this setup right now. Let it curl up and around at this level. Push up through. I just picked up 2,000 shares of CBAT. Let's see if we get that push up towards 6. I'm in 2,000 shares on CBAT. Here's that push to $6. 570s. Sold half of my position just to lock something in. See if we can get that test up to $6. If it drops, oh yeah, that's a good drop on it. Big O flush on it. I'm still up in profit. I'm still holding 1,000 shares on it. And I just sold my last 1,000 shares. Quick $213 on CBAT. Needs to hold up. Just wanted to get a quick little profit going to start the day. Get a little filler for it. Right there. I wanted to sell that 1,000 just to lock something in and then test my last half for that $6. But I don't want to have it drop down to 5 and then give back what I just made. So I want to lock it in. Just a little something to get started. It's still really, really early. It's only the first 5 minutes of the market open. Solo is really popping off. Blowing up over $6 up to 630s. I think CBAT may have a good run too. Look at that great momentum push on Solo. And it's a bigger float too at 46 million. So let Solo do its thing. Let it have its morning run. Let it reset, consolidate. And ETE starting to pick up some momentum. It's a lower float stock at 4 million. Look at that thing push up. $1.5 million in volume on the day so far. I'm not in on NATE. I'll let you guys know if I buy. It's up way too much right here. Solo, nice pullback to that $6. And there goes CBAT off that 550, ramping up to 6. Good push there on CBAT. See, and then NETE slams all the way back down below $8. CBAT, it's pushing up to all-time new highs. 11 million in volume. Solo has 18 million in volume. Good push up right there on Solo off that $6. Just be careful, volume's retracing on it right here as it's pushing up to the highs. I don't like how Solo's sitting up there at the high right there at the resistance. It's gonna get a flush back down potentially. WKHS, don't forget about that one. Nice little morning dip down to that mental $20. APVO popping up off that $40 up to 43. And then CBAT flushing back down to 540s. I didn't like the way it popped. It didn't even really test $6. It was popping up and then flushing down. That's not showing strength. I don't know about Solo. It may push up even higher. Let me see. Solo's just been non-stop from 4 all the way up. You're going to at least want... There's going to be some profit taking on it. You got to think everybody who all bought here, all here yesterday, swung it into today. go back to CBAT. Let this continue to hold up above that $5. Like I said, it failed up near 6 now, right here with that big candle. And then it retested it. And look at that volume push, and it couldn't break. And it flushed back down. So just give it time. Let it set up. Oh, great. Now it looks like Charles Schwab wants to start acting up on me. Alright, we'll keep an eye on this one with Thinkorswim. Good push on solo up to 650s. Yeah, Street Smart Edge just crashed on me. All my charts just went down on it. So far, just quick scalp opportunities on solo. Flushes down to that 6. Scoop up shares. Sell into the pops. That sucks that Street Smart Edge just pooped on me like that. I can't even pull up any of the charts above. As long as solo holds above the $6 and volume keeps pumping into it, it's already approaching 30 million in volume on the day. A lot of indecision right now. It's just a back and forth battle with it from 6 to 650. It doesn't know which way it wants to go yet. Come on, I wish all my charts would come all back up. I think I'm just gonna restart it. I normally never have problems with Street Smart Edge either. There you go on solo. Here's your push up. Volume's just surging into this stock. You got that supply and demand in balance. That's good. You want to see that. I've only traded Cbat. It's the only stock I've traded so far. Lousy 200 bucks. I think Cbat, it might be about done for. It is pulling back on lighter volume. We'll see what happens with it. NAVB, good ramp. 18 million float. I'm not going to chase after solo up that high. There's no way. I try not to buy into strength when a stock's pushing at high of day. Because majority of the time, high of day breakouts fail. See, it's just hanging around right at that 650s. That's not showing strength, really. Let it continue to set up. But I gotta relink trade ideas. See, APVO's up and above the previous day's close. I'd be looking for it to hold up above this level and push up through that 43.50s and 44. NETE's doing something weird. It's like doing this accumulation before it possibly could pop again. Just be careful on solo. It could flush right back down to that $6. GTEC. Yeah, it's pushing up over that $6. I'm not much of a fan of it though. This is what I do. I just scan through charts, scan through stocks, and see if anything catches my eye. So far, nothing's really looking tempting to me. CBAT still hanging around. There's your guys' push on GTEC up to 650. Even Solo's picking up some momentum. I'm really attracted to the CBAT. Solo pushing up over 760. Still watching. I just picked up 2,000 shares of CBAT. I'm looking for that push up over $6. NETE getting a good push. Solo pushing $8. Looking for that big push up over 6 on CBAT. May get one more flush on it, back down to 550s. There's that $6. Alright, and I just sold my position on CBAT. Comes up to 6. It may blow over 6, but I don't want this to pull all the way back down on me to 550s. And then I had a winner turn into a loser. Just quick little opportunities. So now I'm up on CBAT $1,000. I added onto my position when it was pushing up to this 570s for that $6 push up. I was really anticipating that big push like we seen on Solo, because we got 70% of stocks are pushing up green on the day. Momentum's in our favor. Just to show you guys real quickly. Just $1,000. Nothing too fancy. Just making little money moves. CBAT may very well push up over that $6. It's looking good, but I'm gonna start to slow down on that one. NETE. It very well, I don't like the way it's grinding though. That's not showing strength. Because one, it could be grinding up like this, and then it'll slam down really hard to 770s. Like it's doing right now. CBAT, here's that 6 push on it. Man, GTEC is really performing for you guys. Curling at there at $6 and pushing right back up to the highs. Very nice. WKHS 6 sell-off. Alright, let's keep an eye on Solo here. This is where a lot of people are. Even Plug is starting to pick up. PLUG. It's looking to break high of day. 2450. There you guys go on GTEC. I think Solo will flush down to 650s. EH, nice push off of 10 to 1250. Cbat, there's that 6. It's pushing up on light volume though. Be careful, guys. That's not showing strength. Back to solo. Oh my goodness. I can't type. That was a good push on solo so far. Good bounce opportunity here, probably to 750s. Wow, GTEC, you guys called it. Good deal. Look at you guys. Very nice. $1 push. 1.2 million float. GTEC just wasn't on my radar though. Plug. $23.70s all the way up to $24.70s. I want to keep an eye on solo. And keep in mind, guys, today's Friday. So every moment that goes by, we lose more and more and more volume. LI is setting up a big wedge on it. See? CBAT. I told you guys it was pushing up to that 6 on light volume. CBAT real quickly. It's pushing up right here at that 6. All on light volume right here. Yeah, volume was ramping up. But when a stock's coming up to high of day on light volume, that's not good. And then this slams back down to 550s. It's still in play though. Want to keep an eye on this solo for a good bounce. GTEC surges up to 750. Very nice. All right, I'm gonna pick up 2,000 shares of Solo right here. If it dips down below 640s, I'll cut it for a loss. But I think this has a good bounce on it coming. Just to show you guys. I'll give it a little bit of room. I think it'll get a good snap back up to at least 725. Yeah, I'm gonna put my stop in just in case. I'll give it down to this. It's a little bit of a larger float on Solo, so you do have to give it like a little bit more time. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna do anything. It's done for. Get me the fuck out of it. $600 loss. Just a weak bounce on it. $350 still up on the day. Normally bounce plays off of VWAP like that work like a charm, but solo, garbage. I don't know about GTEC. The risk versus reward isn't really that great to me on it right here. Yeah, it could pop up 50 cents to 750, but it could also drop down to that 650s. Fridays are the hardest trading day to trade. You pretty much got to make that money and be done. SUNW is putting in that work. It's holding up. I like my APVO. APVO's been very, very good to me. GTEC 6 or 5.2 million in volume on the day. Good job, Dub, on GTEC. That's awesome. We could get a good bounce here. Pulling back on light volume. That's good. Put your trend line on it. Cbat is still holding up. May get One more pullback here on GTEC I'd like to see, maybe to 650s. Good pullback on light volume. There's our 650s. It's hard on Fridays though. Like a pullback like this is good, like Monday through Friday, but I'm telling you guys, Fridays are so hard to trade because a lot of people make money, they walk away for the day, and they start the weekend. I'll take one shot here on GTEC. I picked up 2,500 shares. I at least want to try to walk away with a couple grand. Just not seeing any good bounce opportunities so far. We're an hour into the market open, and it's like things popped, and now everything's starting to fade out. Give GTEC time. NETE perking back up over 8. See, it's just like Solo. When Solo was pulling back and it's having that bounce, it's like that bounce should happen, fast and rapidly. If that bounce pops up and it's starting to putter and stall out, that's showing signs of weakness. But here we go. Here's a good little bounce here on GTEC. Let's see if we can get that push up over 7. All right, I sold 1,500 of my shares. Still have 1,000 shares. I'm looking for that push up over 7. I'll lock it in. Just covered my position. I don't want it to slam back down to 650s on me because now I'm in defensive mode. So just a real quick 550 bucks on GTEC. I wanted to add on to my position and pick up another 2,500 shares, but that bounce just wasn't looking strong. If volume was flowing into this, I would have easily picked it up. But like I said, I'm in defensive mode right now. I'm up. I'm at almost $1,000, $911. Made 958 bucks on CBAT, and then I traded solo, which failed and stalled out. Took a $600 loss on that, and then made GTEC 550 bucks. But GTEC, it's a low float. Definitely keep an eye on it. But what I also like too, and it's been hanging around, is NETE. The risk versus reward on this is pretty good. At that $8, if it falls below 775, you'd cut it for a loss. I'd be looking to sell NETE at around $9. So it's a 4-to-1 risk versus reward. You're risking 25 cents to make 75 cents. So let's see what happens here on NETE. The only thing that scares me on NETE is it's failed in the past few times, but it does have a history of running. But this is what I mean by it too. Right here on the daily chart. Look at those gap ups, and it just sells off all day. Gap up, sells off all day. Sells off all day. Sells off all day. Gap up, sells off all day. But that 100-day moving average is right at 9. I could easily see NETE pushing up to that 9 today if it keeps holding up. It's not dying, so wow, GTEC. Good move. Good push up over that 7. See what I'm talking about though, guys? When pullbacks like that, just simply draw a trend line. Watch the volume. The volume retraced on it. It's pulling back on light volume. That's showing signs of strength. That right there was what I was looking for on solo. But solo stalled out and failed. Plays don't work 100% of the time. It's all about risk management. What's the volume on NETE? 3.4 million on the day. It could barely hold above that VWAP, but I am tempted just to pick up 1,000 shares of it for that push up to 850s and $9. I'll do it. I'll pick up 1,000 shares, and if it dips below 775, I cut it for a loss. The risk versus reward is there on it. It's not going away, and you got to pay attention to the details. It had a big pop here, came down, came back up to VWAP, failed, but then it came right back up. It's not dying. It's like lingering around. 4.3 million float. I think it's worth it. So see what happens with that, and then Solo is finally getting its bounce right off of $6. I was thinking it was gonna bounce at 650, but it wanted to bounce at $6. Wow. Good 50-cent bounce. CBAT has a big wedge forming on it. See it? Connect the draw a trend line connecting the higher lows on it. All the way from pre-market here, you could draw another trend line connecting the highs right there. Big old wedge on this. That trigger, there's two trigger levels on this. 575-ish and that $6. What we got going on in chat? What's your best advice for risk management? Keep your stop tight, but you gotta cut your losers. You have to. You can't sit and think about it. You gotta cut those losers, and you gotta let your winners run. Pay attention to the big picture. It's a lot of adjusting, because in honest truth, when it comes to trading in the stock market, it's all psychology, and what we trade are our beliefs. Fear, greed. So and once you've made profit on the day and you're up, scale back. Protect those profits. There's so many like little details that go into day trading, and it's all through trial and error. A lot of trial and error. So like, I'm up right now $1,000 on the day. So I'm gonna protect my $1,000. I call them like wallet patters, where if I take a loser, it's not gonna hurt me. So if I'm up $1,000, I'll buy 1,000 shares and I'll risk maybe 250 bucks, 1/4 of what I have. Protect it, get into defense mode, because I don't want to give back my hard-earned work, you know? So I'll pick up 1,000 shares and I'll take it one at a time, like this NETE. I picked up 1,000 shares of it. And if it works in my favor, great. I just added a little wallet pattern onto my day. But if it doesn't, then that's my sign that I got to start calling it a day and locking it in. If my wallet patterns keep going and going, I'll keep lowering my risk every trade until I run into that red trade, and then I'll call it a day. I do think we get a good push on NETE. And then until CBAT breaks below 550, see, CBAT, I wouldn't really be holding on to it, anticipating that 6th break, because if this 550 fails, it's going to have a death candle all the way down to 5. So I'd much rather wait for Cbat to push up, potentially break that 6, run up, and then pull back and look for that 6 to hold as support. It's pretty choppy today though, guys, too. A lot of stuff just up and down, up and down. Look at FSR. 17 pushes up to 18, pulls all the way back down to VWAP, pushes back up. Solo crumbled, but it could blow back up through that VWAP. People were watching LI. That was a straight fader. WKHS Workhorse, straight fader. All the way down. That'll probably have a good bounce on it. I'd look for it to bounce right here at 19. At least back up to 20. Nice dollar move right here. You guys called it. GTEC. Awesome, guys. I hope you guys banked today. Post in the comments. Let's see all those profits. How much you guys make today? CBAT still hanging around, pushing up to that 6. All-time new highs. Sky's the limit. Next resistance I see is way back from 2011, and I don't even know if that holds up because this stock could have done so many reverse splits. Look at that volume retrace on it. That's solid. I like that. What's the average true range? $0.36. Not yet, CBAT. Not yet. Don't break yet. Not yet. One more pullback down to 570s. There she goes. There's no way I would chase after that. You gotta think, it just pushed up from 560. 50 cents all the way up to 610. Non-stop. I'm not gonna chase after it, trying to buy it at 6 for it to flush on me back to 550s. And then if it fails, drop even more. Good move. That's a payday right there. $5.50 up to $6.50, like 3 minutes. Look at that ramp and volume right there. That's beautiful. Want to see if it'll pull back down to that $6. Let it get a good pullback on it. $33 million in volume so far. Come on, get that flush down to $6. Let it pull back and set up. If it's strong, it'll continue going in that direction. I think it's going to explode up over 7. Pushing up pretty good. There she goes. Remember what I said. If it pops up, let it pull back. And if it's strong, it'll continue going in that direction. NETE about to make its move here soon. Yeah, Rev needs to pull back down to a little bit more, but volume's really light on it. And it's getting later into the day. We're approaching 11 o'clock. But I'm up now 1,800 bucks on Cbat. I entered in on the pullback down here when it was pulling back and sold into this pop back up to new high of day. 3,000 shares. So we're up $1,600 right now currently. And I still have my trade on NETE. I'm still holding on to that one. Cbat needs to pull back. It needs to pull back down to that $6. It's starting to exhaust itself. Once again, you see how it's pushing up to new highs right now on light volume? That's not good. This is going to have a death candle all the way down to 6. Watch. And I have my stop on NETE at 774. I should have paid more attention to Cbat. That 550s move up to 675, that's a good move. I can't believe I missed that. Everything's set up so perfect for it. The retracing volume, I mean, so textbook. Set the wedge up on it. Connect the higher lows. Volume retraced all right here. And then just look at that volume explosion. That's just beautiful. NETE, grind. This isn't going to last long. It'll top out right up here. And watch, it's going to slam all the way back down to $3. Remember, death grinds like that lead to death candles. And then Cbat. What'd I tell you? Death candle coming soon back down to $6. Because it was pushing up on light volume. I'm telling you guys, volume is so important. It's so key. Volume is everything. You don't need to use really RSI, MACD, Bollinger Bands, Ichimoku clouds, or whatever they are. Just keep it simple. Price action and volume. GTEC fading out. It'll bounce. Cbat will bounce potentially here at $6. But that volume is sporadic though. Look at that volume. I'd look for a bounce at $6 because resistance was right here at 6. It failed here at 6, here at 6. So it should hold as support. From 6 at least up to 650s. Nice 50-cent opportunity. Oh, remember what I said though too. If it is to bounce, it should happen pretty fast. I don't like how it's just sitting right here. But the float is 20 million. Got a nice little doji there. I'm not in on CBAT. See how it's just sitting there? Normally, to me, I don't like that. That's not showing strength. But like I said, it's a little bit of a higher float stock at 20 million, so it could just take a little bit of time. I like those slam downs and then those immediate bounce right back up. Just like a rubber, like a bouncy ball. Slam, hit it, bounce back up. If you was to play this bounce right here, you'd put your stop just below 580. You got to give stocks room to move. If you want to be a cheap ass and put a stop just below at 595, you got to give a stock room. You have to. Market makers will take you out in an instant and then rip it right back up. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with NATE. I think it's just fading out. It's 11 o'clock almost. Today was actually kind of pretty hard. I'm not going to lie. There wasn't really any like A plus setups. And Cbat, you could see it's not showing strength off of that 6. It's not bouncing the way it should, but it is pulling back. That volume's retracing on it. Holding up above VWAP. See, everything's starting to fade off now. You got Solo fading off. GTEC is pulling back down below to that 6 area, fading off. REV, nothing's really going to happen with it. WKHS, see, just a couple good bounce opportunities on WKHS off that $19 to $19.50, and then it puttered out, fell down below 19. This is a short all day. Sava, nothing happened with it. I was just keeping it on watch for that break above 9 and 950 for a potential run up to fill that gap because it's an error in the chart. But this thing's going to fade off. And then NETE, it's still lingering around. I'm still looking for that pop on it. It may just get a quick pop up to like 850 or something. I'm going to take my stop off on NETE and I'm just going to put an OCO order. So an OCO order, this is pretty important to do, and if you have to ever leave or anything. So you go to your template, you go down to, normally it's at single. You're going to want to set it to OCO, other cancels other, or order cancels order. Go down here to your link, which is the ask bid. Change that to market. I don't want to have a stop with a limit. I want to market stop out. I'll just quickly change that to 100 to help with the ladder. And then I'll scroll up quickly to my 850 and I'll click it. And then I'll click ed. And now I can edit the order. So 850 would be my price target. And my stop would be at 7. I'll just say 74. Click enter, confirm, and send it. And you see how it does that. So if this falls down to 774, it'll stop and take me out. And it will cancel this top order up here. If this spikes and hits 850, it's at a limit sell. It'll take me out and it will cancel my stop. So this is really good if you ever just want to walk away from the computer. You got to do something. You got to leave and go somewhere. You think a play's going to pop. So you put this on with your position. And you could see what pops off on other stocks. So I set my stop and limit on NETE. So now I can go off and focus on other things and let that play out. So let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. REV curling up, nice pop from 10. It did earlier. That's a good mental area bounce from 10 in a death grind all the way up to almost 11. Good little push on it. What do you consider light volume? Light volume is when a stock pulls back. I want to see retracing volume. So kind of like, I mean, perfect example right here. That's light volume. Pulling back on light volume. Volume's retracing. You see how it pulls back and then the stock pops up and pushes higher. Stock consolidates right here. Pulls back on volume. And then it slabs down on increased volume right there. And then you got another little pullback there, increased volume. It works both ways. If a stock's making new lows on the day and it's doing it on increased volume, which is every time the stock makes a new low and the volume is pushing up even higher on the day, right here, the bears are in control. But if a stock's pushing up on the day and making new highs, you'd want to see that on increased volume. Volume, like I've stated many times, guys, it's so important and key. If you pay attention to volume and price action, it will reward you. You don't need to mess with I've been doing this for 5 years and I've never gotten into indicators. Because all of these indicators for day trading, they're all lagging indicators. If anything, I'd use indicators for volume. So let me try to find one. People like to use Bollinger Bands. Stuff like that. I don't know. I personally, I've just never gotten into them. I feel like they're a distraction. I'm not knocking anybody that uses them, though. Whatever makes you money, that's the only thing that counts. But good pop on Cbat right here. Very nice. A little bit sketchy because it was looking like it was going to stall out right here. That's the hard part. And this is the importance here of having a loose stop. So if I was to enter in on this at 6, I'd be putting my stop below 575. I got to give it room to move. And my price target is 650 or 675. So I'm risking 25 cents to make 50 cents or 75 cents. That's pretty much proper risk versus reward. And I always want to try to trade off of mental price levels. Every whole dollar, 25 cents, 50 cent, 75 cent, and so on. I'm not trying to trade at random areas like $6.10 is support, guys. I'm putting my stop just below 6. I don't trade like that. Let's see. I think NETE might just slam down and take me out. I'm still going to let it ride and do its thing. You never know. It's a 50-50 with it. But just to point out to you guys real quick, I just got approved. Trading Learning 101 now has a membership. So for $10 a month, once a month, I'm going to do a private live stream for members only. And I'm going to reveal to you guys how I trade, how I learned, my secrets. It's going to be a boot camp. Every single month, us members, we're going to meet up. And it's going to be more one-on-one and interactive. I'm going to be able to answer all of your questions, walk you through how I think, mistakes that I make, mistakes that you make, what do I think about them, talk about stocks that are up and coming, day trading setups, just get into it. But it's now available for you guys, $10 a month, dirt cheap. Take advantage of it. If you also become a member, you get custom emojis, reactions, and if you comment, other people know that you're a member. You get special badges. But it's just a little cool feature that was just added. And thanks to you guys, we crossed over 5K subscribers. That's awesome. Let's keep it going. And of course, if you guys want to, I have a link down in the description for the Trading Learning 101 Discord group. Got the profits chap. We got big old Dub here pulling in some profit. What'd you make today, Dub? Let's see. Killing it on GTEC. Roughly 45 bucks on GTEC, as I could see a squeeze setting up. With its base to curl action, as shorts could see 660 was previous walls with room to 9 in their mind. Sold out on the ride up 100 shares, took profit as day before I allowed a green to turn red. No more of that. So it's all about learning from your mistakes. You're doing the right thing though. You're taking it step by step. You're working with 100 shares until you can prove to yourself that you can consistently pull in money with 100 shares, then you can level up. That's what it's all about. You level up with your sizes as a trader. If you're scared on a trade, you're in too big. If you find your adrenaline's kicking in and you're excited on that breakout, you're just in way too big. It's all about risk management and proper size that you're comfortable with. I did the exact same thing. I would buy a couple hundred shares, and until I proved to myself that I can consistently pull in money with that, I doubled it from 200 to 400 shares. Then from 400 shares to maybe 600 or 800 shares. And then when I finally got up to that 1,000 shares, I struggled at that for a while. Holding on to 1,000 shares, stock slams down 50 cents, $500 loss. That sucked. But I was able to work at it, get over it. Now I'm buying 2,500 share lots, adding on, no problem. It's all about conditioning yourself to get comfortable for situations. But there's all kinds of great features in this Discord, guys. Take advantage of it. All kinds of free education. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. We're approaching, it's just after 11 a.m. So let's see if we have any other setups going on. Cbat still in play, and also REV is still in play. Pull back down to that 10 area. Now look, it's pushing right back up over 1050. But it's a light volume play though. Got to be careful with that. Could top out at this 11 bucks. But if it gets over that 11, it'll shoot up possibly to almost $12 again. Cbat still holding up at that $6 level. Just as I say that, it flushes down. 45 million in volume. See Solo starting to fade out. This is a pretty much short setup. Shorts would be looking at this like this right here. It failed to hold back over VWAP. And it failed through there. So resistance is going to be there at 625. That's where they'd be putting their risk. Right there and up above VWAP. That's a 6 slam down. 624 all the way down to 562. It's like a 75-cent drop. I don't know what's going to happen with this NATE. I feel like it's just going to snap and it's going to pop to 820s. And then it'll get a quick surge up to 850. You can see it's getting really, really tight here with the VWAP and that moving average right here, that 50-day. Get a good little squeeze go on this. I only have 1,000 shares of it, so only looking to make 500 or lose just over 300 on it. Just a little wallet pattern. I'm up 1,500 bucks on the day. But what'd you guys trade today? Joe D signed up. Welcome to the club, Joe D. I'll be sure to post in the members section on the YouTube channel when we will have our scheduled stream. I'm thinking we'll do it maybe once a month every either Saturday or Sunday in the morning or afternoon. I'm not sure. But I'll let you guys know though for sure when I decide to schedule for it. I just want it to be a good time where it's convenient for everybody. And then if you're not able to attend it, it'll be recorded and it will be posted for the members only. So you're able to go back and watch it if you'd like. But it should be pretty good. We'll spend a few hours, 2 to 3 hours, once a month as like a little boot camp. Telling you guys, take advantage of it. $10 is nothing compared to what these gurus out here are charging just for a chat room. I've been doing this for 5 years, and I've proven to you guys that every day I consistently pull in money. I think CBAT might just fade out from here. It's like I've said, it's hard on Fridays, guys. Fridays are the hardest day of the week to trade. See? And what happened here on SUNW, as I called out? Death grinds lead to death candles. Slammed all the way back down now to this $3 area almost. The Discord is absolutely free. The Discord is free. It's wide open for you guys. I'm not a greedy pig. I'm not out here to steal your guys' money. If I do charge for something, it's something I've actually put a lot of hard work into. But over 400 members in the Discord. Thank you guys. Thanks for everybody that keeps tuning in and showing up. Much appreciated. You all are OGs for sure. The membership on YouTube is only $10, and it's a once a month meeting boot camp. Yeah, that I've just discussed, James Lindsay. It's just going to be a boot camp for day trading, what I know, teaching you guys how I've learned, trading setups, just how to be a day trader, the steps you got to take. We'll try to cover everything that we can with every boot camp, from emotions, trading psychology, day trading setups. It's going to be like a series. And if you guys ain't able to make it, then we'll have a backlog category for you members only for the videos. They'll all be private. So if you are not able to make it to one of the boot camps, it'll be on demand for you. I'm pretty excited about it. I already have a few ideas up my sleeve for you guys. I'm gonna do my best to make some good courses and present it to you guys. And like I've said, it's just a lot of little small details as a trader. And it's just way too much to cover in one sitting. You just have to take it step by step. But we'll get there. Stick with it. Don't quit. Don't quit at day trading in the stock market. Don't quit. I lost money for 2.5 years straight before I started seeing consistency, and I learned all by myself. Trust me, I wanted to quit, but now I'm thankful I didn't. See how volume's retracing here? All right here on CBAT. That's good. Draw your trend line. Wait for it to crack that trend line and pop up. I may trade Cbat again here. We'll see. Won't be nothing big. I want to protect those profits. Go to the 1 minute here real quick. The only thing though that worries me is we're approaching noon on a Friday. This will pop up to 650, and if it could break through 650, it could easily run back up to the high of day. You'd put your stop down below 585, 580 from the 6. You got to give a stock room to move. Think of resistance lines as like trampolines. When a stock comes down to it, like that mental $6, as it's doing right here, it'll come down to that trampoline, push through it, and snap right back up. Don't look at support and resistance lines as brick walls. They're not just, one solid line's gonna hold it. If you think of the stocks and charts as trampolines in a basketball, that's what you want to look for. Still waiting on NETE. Could have just a real quick surge, either up or down. It's a 50-50 play, but I'm in pretty small on it. Let's see if we get another opportunity here on CBAT. Let me look at my other chart. I'm thinking about it, guys. If it falls down below that VWAP, 590, so you're risking like 15 cent right now to possibly make 50 cent, 75 cent. I'm gonna pick up 1,000 shares of it. If it doesn't work, oh well. But I think that's a good risk versus reward. Let me see if I can quickly do this real quick. What would it be? Okay. Just like that. And if CBAT pushes up, then I can move my limit up here, either up or down. And then as it pushes up, I can move my stop along with it. That's what I really like about Thinkorswim. Hashan Tariq, I hope I said your name right, says, I know you put a lot of hard work with reading books and working on your strategy. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do. I love what I do. I have a passion for this, so I'm gonna continue growing every day the best that I can. Let's see if we can end the Friday out here with a bang. Let's get a nice good ramp on CBAT. Go into the weekend and partying. Come on, let's go into the weekend like a boss. NETE starting to crumble a bit. It might take me out here. Yep. Just sold me out on NETE. Yeah, I like how Cbat's forming this rounding top up here. See how it's got this rounding top up here? Normally that's a bearish sign. And I'm not even in big, guys. I'm in 1,000 shares. Just looking for a little wallet pattern. That's all I'm doing. And then normally by noon, I'm looking to close it up and call it a day. I'm not trying to stick around all day in the stock market. See, I'm giving the stock room to move. A lot of times you'll see market makers, they'll bring it down, take out all the weak hands, and then they'll rip it right back up. So I personally like to give my stocks room to move with a loose stop. And now you could see why I try to stick around these mental levels. You see how they did that? They took it down, took out all the weak hands, and they popped it right back up. Let me see. See how volume's retracing on that 10-minute? And there it goes. It's starting to push up. Volume retracing. It's pushing us up in profit. Hopefully it can keep going and push up to that 650. Don't freak out. I see a lot of new traders, when a stock starts to go, they freak out and they take that profit off the table and they don't let the stock work for them. You know, if you're willing to risk that money, at least let the stock work for you in your favor. If this doesn't work out, oh well. I'm up good on the day. You see how I'm just comfortably holding this 1,000 shares. My risk tolerance is different than yours. I've built it up. It's like building up your immune system. That's what you got to do as a trader. Build up your mental state, your mental toughness. Psychology is so huge in the stock market. That's why I say if you get in a fight with your significant other and you come into the market the next day and it's on your mind, you're in a bad mood, don't even trade, because you're not gonna be able to think correctly and make right decisions. Take the day off, or if you had a bad trading day, take the next day off or take the rest of the week off. Study, get back into the zone, as I like to say. Just can't quite get up above. It'll probably pull back down to that 6th level where it broke out from and push back up. But I keep bringing it up. I know you guys are sick of me saying it, but it's Friday. Fridays are hard to trade. It's because we lose more and more volume. It's hard for stocks to continue going on Fridays. We'll let this trade play out, and if it works, great. If not, oh well, and then we'll call it a day. I hope you guys are enjoying these live streams on Friday. I look forward to it all week. There's 635. Let's get our push to 650. Come on. Just gonna move my stop up just in case. $6.45, $6.48 took me out. See how I had the patience to hold through that, guys? Good, easy profit. I let the trade work for me. That's what it's all about. $2,200 on CBAT. The past 3 times we've streamed, you guys been able to see me walk away easily with a few grand. We're up $1,739 on the day. A couple racks. What I wanted. Now I can walk away for the day. That's how we do it at Trading Learning 101, baby. Be careful who you guys learn from. I'll say that. There's a lot of people out here on YouTube that think they know how to trade, but they don't. Be careful who you learn from because you can form bad habits. Patience and confidence comes with time. It really does. So, someone says, I stay till the market close and then lose most of my profit. I really need to step away and control my emotions. Yeah, I won't trade the last part of the day. I won't. I always try to wrap it up around noon. 11:30, noon. I made my money. You gotta think. We're not dealing with physical money. It's all digital. So, 2 grand on the day right now, almost 2 grand. Most people have to work a few weeks for that. Well, we just made that in a couple hours. So that's very, very good. Keeping that in mind, you got to take it 1 day at a time and 1 week at a time. Most people work a couple weeks to make what we just made. I mean, come on. Where are you going to go where you're your own boss? You sit in the comfort of your own home, or if you want to travel. Let's say I want to go to Vegas. I could do that and trade from a laptop. So it's a lot of little small things, guys, and don't give back your hard-earned money. Lock in that profit and be done for the day. Don't be a greedy pig. There's a saying, pigs get slaughtered. Or as I like to say, wolves feast as sheep get slaughtered. I consider myself a wolf. That's why I call myself Mr. Wolf. I'm ruthless. I want to take advantage of these gurus and their sheep because they don't know how to read charts. They don't know how to handle their emotions. And I feed off emotions. I feed off of it. But don't give back. Because I like to... So CalMag says, why not use a trailing stop and let it run? I like to lock in profit. Look what happened with this. It popped up to 660. and it immediately slammed down to 630, 30 cents. If I had a trailing stop, that trailing stop's probably going to be a market sell. It would have filled me at the bottom of that candle. So if I had a trailing stop and I didn't lock it in when I did, up here at 650, I would have gave back 20 cents. Always lock it in. It's not yours until you lock it in. I am a professional profit taker. Don't be a greedy pig. I always just want a piece of the pie. I don't want the whole pie. Just a small slice of it. And then you repeat and do it again. Repeat, do it again. Repeat and do it again. And then everybody's different as a trader. You know, some people like to let it run, not me. So let's see. On the 11th, I made 3.5 thousand. And then on the 10th, I made $13,000, guys. I'm up over $20,000 on the week. So, and I don't use a trailing stop. You know, I always lock in my profits. Took me 5 years to get where I'm at. So it's not an overnight success. I see a lot of people come into this. They think they're immediately going to strike it rich and master this in a few months or a year. You're not. Nobody ever has. Nobody ever will. It takes time to learn this game. And you got to learn it from the right people. There's a lot of people out there that think they know what they're doing, but they don't. A lot of people. So, and if your guru's not showing you consistently that they're making money, then why follow them? Let's see. What's that one person's name? I see this guy pop up a lot. He's not really consistent or good. But I don't want to bash on anybody. Just be careful who you learn from, guys. I'm not going to go through a list and show you who to stay away from. I don't even follow a lot of people that you guys follow. I barely pay attention to what other people say because I don't care what their opinions are. I think I'm done, guys. Hopefully you guys were all able to make profit on the day and the week out green. We're up over 1,700 bucks for a Friday. I'll take it. Friday's the hardest trading day of the week, like I've said. Cbat very well could keep going and break over that $7, but like I've said, guys, walk away if you're up in profit. Don't overstay your welcome. I've had plenty of times I was up good on the day and I continued to hang around and I got greedy and I continued to trade and I gave it all back. But once again, I'll plug it really quickly. If you guys want, join the Trading Learning 101 membership. It's a cheap $10 a month. We're going to have a boot camp live stream for private members once a month. Show you everything that I know, answer all of your questions, walk you through the process of how I learned, how I trade, tips and tricks along the way. And in the video description, Join the Discord group. This Discord is packed with all kinds of educational content that's free. Everything from trader interviews, podcast, volume studies, tape reading level 2, trading psychology, Fibonacci, chart patterns, all the good stuff. Audiobooks, over 18 audiobooks and 28 PDF books, all for free for you guys. Clay Trader, yeah, Clay Trader's legit. He's a good dude. Clay Trader's been around for a while. I learned from Clay Trader when I first started out. I learned from Clay Trader, My Investment Club. Those are good guys. Deckmar Trades. I learned a lot from Deckmar Trades. Timothy Sykes. A lot of people hate and dog on Timothy Sykes, but if you go and watch his older stuff from 5+ years ago, it's gold. And I say that all the time. You know, his newer stuff ain't all that great because he's made it. You know, he's all about promotion now. So he's got Stocks to Trade, the platform, the Steady Trade podcast. He's got his newsletters, his trading DVDs, Profitly website. He's got so much going on. So he's just kicking back and promoting. Warrior Trading's all right. You know, he gets a lot of bad rep, but he's consistent. He's got a strategy that works for him. You can't dog on that. But 90% of people fail and lose in the stock market, so there's a lot of stubborn people out there. A lot of trolls. Yeah, Ross Cameron, he's wicked fast. Wicked fast. It also helps too when you have like a minute delay on your live stream and you announce to 5,000 people on YouTube and Facebook that you're buying a low float stock. You're getting a 1 minute head start. And by the time they hear it, they all buy and push him up in profit. And he's unloading his 200,000 shares onto all those people. And then you see him later on, profit 150K, mediocre day. Like, dude, that's so wrong. That's the big wolf there. But that's his way of trading. You can't hate on that. So we streamed for 3 hours today, guys. It's a long stream. I think this stream is packed with a lot of great content that's well worth rewatchability. I was able to trade for you guys. I took a total of 5 trades, 20 orders, 41 fills. There's all my buys and sells right there. Up $1,700. I had 2 losers. Solo, I lost 600, I can't talk. And NETE, I lost $410. Cbat was the big payday today, making over $2,000. So, and then going back real quick to the person that said, why not use a trailing stop? Look, it topped out 10 cents more, whoop-de-doo. And look at how long it's taken this stock to come all the way back up to that 660s. So a good 5-minute chart here. 10 minutes going on. Sitting around waiting for it to potentially push higher, which it may not. Always lock in, guys. Always lock in profits. At least something. Because, like I've said, imagine you're the person that bought either right there or right there, and you continue to hold, and in one candle, it slammed down from 7 all the way down to $6 right there. Always lock in. I've seen some wild things happen. That's why I lock in. Alright, I'll hang around for a moment to answer some of your guys' questions. So if you have a question, comment below, and we'll take care of you. That's what we're about here at Trading Learning 101. Helping each other. There's enough hate in this world and trolls on the internet. It should be a place where we all come together and help each other, learn and grow, and have fun. Roy asks, hey, do you live stream every day? I do not live stream every day. Right now, I just live stream every Friday. Maybe one day I'll do it every single day. But for right now, one day a week's pretty good. I got a lot going on. I'm running a Discord, trading. At the end of the day, this is a business, and I want to focus on consistently pulling in profit. But I'm always sharing what I'm trading, what I'm looking at in the Discord. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm in here every single day and all the time. I'm always posting stuff in here, and I'm always sharing great educational stuff that I discover and I think is valuable. I post it in here. So Ashen asked, how did I know that CBAT would run to 650 when it topped out at 640? Right here. It's that mental level. You know, 650 is a good mental level. If it didn't touch right there, traders and the big money out there, you know, you got to think and look at right where it bottomed out at that $6 mental level. So from $6, hey, I got deep pockets. Let's at least get this up to 650. We can't do 640. Like, all right. Boom. I mean, that's the way I look at it. You know? And then it had this big slam down right here. A lot of times you'll see it grind all the way back up to where it slammed down from. There's multiple things. So Richard asks, do you believe scalping can be hugely profitable? Or do I know to let trades develop more to be successful? There's money in scalping. You know, you have algorithmic computers that scalp all the time. You know, algos out there trade thousands and thousands of shares, fractions of a penny at a time. Buy and sell, fractions, tenths of a penny to make a profit. And there's money in profit or scalping. But my style of trading, I like to try to pay attention to the bigger picture, following the trend. So I'm looking at like the 10-minute time frame and the 3-minute time frame, and I'm using these as guides. And then I narrow it down on the 1 minute for my entries and exits. That's why you won't see me be picky about entries. If I think it's a good setup, I'll jump right in it. I don't care. I'm not worried about 10 cent, 15 cent. If I feel the stock can move $1.50 to the upside. Paying attention to the big picture. So on the 10-minute, here on GTEC, clearly see it's riding this blue EMA. And this yellow EMA, it's riding that also. And it's curling up right here at the bottom. So it's $6, $6.50. So I'd be keeping big picture for it to move back up to the $7, form a U shape. And that's how I start to develop, trades. If I see volume is active in it and pushing into it, there's that supply and demand imbalance. But there's a lot more that can go into it too. And I won't get into it right now. Emroy asks, love to see the entry you got in on Cbat. I got in at 812 on Cbat right here. Nope, I'm sorry. 610 right there. That's where I got in. And then I sold it at 650. Bada boom, bada bang. Like I've stated, I'm not picky about my entries. If I think a stock has room to go, I'll let it go. So, wait. James Lindsay says, how many screens do you use to pull all your charts on? I have a total of 5 monitors and a total of 10 different charts up. That's not including this right here. This is my main setup right here. See, because I have a big 40-inch TV above my head that has all these charts. So every day, pre-market, I pull up all the stocks I want to keep an eye on, and I pull them up right here, and I kick back, relax, wait for setups to come to me, and when I see an opportunity present itself, I pull it up on my main I pull it up on my main setup over here, which is this. And I break it down. And I start from the big picture and I work my way down. Oh man, that was magic trade. Thanks, man. No problem. Alright, if I don't see any more questions come through, I think we're gonna about wrap it up. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. I had a lot of fun and I enjoy doing these live streams with you guys on Friday. Let me know if everything was good for you guys on your end. Was the audio good? Was the video quality good? You're able to see my screen crystal clear? I don't look at level 2. No. That was a good question. Yep, the membership is monthly on YouTube. $10 for a few hour live stream once a month for private members, and you're going to have a library of private videos. Well worth it. Well worth it. Dirt cheap. Where are you going to go that's going to, for dirt cheap like that, where you're going to have a private boot camp every month revealing all of how I learned to trade? This is Street Smart Edge by Charles Schwab. This is the charts that I use. I don't trade with Charles Schwab. I just use the charts because I like just look at, they're pretty. Much, much better than Thinkorswim. This looks like garbage to me. And then when you zoom out, it just looks like a blob thrown onto the screen. You can't really see it that well. But with Charles Schwab, the charts look very, very pretty. And the candlesticks are defined, and I just like how basic it is. But like I've mentioned before, and people have debated me on this, Charles Schwab is not for day trading. They're more of a long-term investing or swing trading broker. If you want to day trade, you got to have the right tools. I'll cover all of that in the monthly membership. I won't get into too detail about that. I think I've answered enough questions. We're already going on 3 hours, and I doubt people will rewatch this live stream for 3 hours. So if you're interested in the YouTube membership, just hit the join. $10 a month, every month, once a month, either on Saturday or Sunday. I'll let you guys know. We'll do a private boot camp for 2 to 3 hours. We'll break down all what it takes to be a day trader, my secrets, my takes, how I learned, and so on. Join if you're interested. You don't have to if you don't want to. I have well over 400 videos on my channel and 30 playlists, all categorized for you guys to find what you want and what you need. Day trading live streams, day trading confessions, day trading lessons, playbook plays, technical analysis, Japanese candlesticks, Fibonacci, trading psychology. This trading psychology, I've put a lot of hard work into this playlist and these videos. This stock market psychology course, I spent days doing research and putting this video together for free. And what type of trader are you? I mean, there's so much good stuff in here for you guys. Stock market websites, reviews, stock market scanners and screeners, trading book reviews, stock market history, chart patterns, volume analysis, all kinds of stuff, guys. SEC filings. You just got to get on that grind and put that work in. Dedicate a weekend, stay in, take notes, and just get on that grind and work. Because it'll pay off down the road, guys. It will. But like I stated, yeah, I don't use level 2. Level 2 was good and popular in the 90s. You know, there's so much trickery and false information on level 2. It's not even worth it. The times and sales in the tape is, you know, you can't lie with the tape. You can clearly see the supply and demand, and you got to train yourself to watch the tape. Appreciate it, Lens Lu Wahong. I hope I said your name right. Really appreciate it. New people are always welcomed with open arms. This should be a great place for everybody to help each other, have fun. I don't want any trolls here. If I ever sense any negativity or bullying, even in the Discord, I'll automatically boot you. I have zero tolerance for that stuff and negative energy. I just want positive vibes, chill people, all of us have fun. And who knows, if this gets big enough, we may do a meetup in Vegas one day after we all make a killing in the market. You gotta put that work and grind in though, guys. You got to. Cbat running up to that $7. Put that work in, guys. I'm telling you, it'll pay off down the road. I stayed in every single weekend, locked myself in, ordered pizza, got on my phone in YouTube or my desktop in YouTube and just watched videos and took notes. For a few years I did that. And then getting that screen time under my belt. I'm here every single day, Monday through Friday. You gotta sacrifice. It's the 10,000 hour rule. You do something for 10,000 hours, you become a master at it. But with the stock market, it's different because it's hard to master because the market's always changing and evolving. So with you being here every day, you're witnessing the changes that occur. You start to see sectors heat up and pop off. You're ahead of everybody else. Alright guys, I think that's gonna wrap it up. I think I'm done for sure. We've live streamed for almost 3 straight hours. Great day. We were able to walk away with $1,700 profit. This is the 3rd straight live stream on a Friday. We've been able to make profit. Let's keep it going. Alright guys, have a great weekend. Again, there's a link down below to join the Discord if you want to join. It's absolutely free. Or if you want to join the membership on YouTube, $10 a month, day trading boot camp, live stream once a month. It's wide open for you guys. Just click the join button. As I always say, guys, have that patience, have that discipline, and study, study, study. Don't quit. Get on that grind. Study your butt off. Don't give up. Go after what you want.